15 years, blowing the doors off the competition. Podcasting to planet Earth.
PNRNetworks.com.
This podcast is a member of the Blueberry Network. Blueberry. No E's. That's Blueberry, BLUBRRY.com. Blueberry.com.
This podcast is a proud member of the Lamb Podcasting Network. Find the network at largeassmovieblogs.com.
This is a Class 1 emergency. All civilian traffic is barred from streets and highways. Stay in your homes. Stay in your homes. Stay in your homes. Repeat, this is a Class 1 emergency. All civilian traffic is barred from streets and highways.
Do not panic. Do not panic. We've got the quirky films for your quarantine blues. Subject Cinema presents Captive Audience Theater with T.C. Kirkham and Kim Brown.
Okay, before we even get started on this, you need to understand something.
What?
I am not putting up with a single one of your not Constantinople jokes again. You will do it endlessly, okay?
Okay. Great. That takes away most of my material for this.
Welcome to Subject Cinema Presents Captive Audience Theater. I'm T.C. Kirkham.
Hi, I'm Kim Brown.
And if you couldn't guess, oh my God, we're heading to Turkish film land.
Yes, we are. Did you step on something? What was that noise?
That was
what
me
was
running
that?
and running away
all right.
screaming.
Okay. Yes, we are heading...
We have talked about this in the last couple years, but this definitely fits this particular thing because number one, it's free. You can see it on YouTube.
Yes.
Suffer through it on YouTube.
Yes, because
number
what do
two,
we always say?
It is so bad, it is utterly hilarious.
Yes.
This is one of those bad films that you're just like going, what the F are you people thinking?
You're going, what the F are you thinking? What the F am I watching?
What the F mushrooms are you taking? From 1973, Three Dev Adam, which translates to Three Giant Men. It is a Turkish film with the completely unauthorized use of Santo, Spiderman, and Captain America.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man is the bad guy in this movie.
Yep.
Oh my Lord, this movie's hilarious.
Now, we here at...
It's so bad.
We here at Captive Audience Theater have a saying,
If we have to suffer, you have to suffer. But in this case, it's a fun suffering because it is actually hilarious.
It is a fun suffering, but sweet Caroline, this movie hurts.
It does.
It's
terrible.
It hurts if you're a movie fan. It hurts if you're a superhero fan. It hurts if you're a fan of Lucha Libre. It hurts if you're a fan who's
I don't know, though.
awake.
I have to be honest. The Santo in this movie is better than most of the Santo movies we've seen.
That's mean. And that's not fair.
It's not fair because he's only in those for like 10 minutes. Anyway.
And they're dubbed, so...
They are dubbed. But it makes no sense for a wrestler who's supposed to be a superhero in these Mexican films to be tooling up in this long convertible car, and not really doing anything except wrestling. So, okay, what the hell?
Well, he's a wrestling hero. Anyway.
Off to Turkey we go.
Yes.
From November 1973.
Off to Istanbul.
Not Constantinople. I'm just doing it the one time to get it out of the way. Okay.
Okay.
Don't Marge Simpson at me.
So anyway, the problem is that the country of Turkey is being flooded with counterfeit American bills. And there's all this murder and mayhem and art theft and all kinds of killings and all kinds of terrible things going on.
Are we sure that we have that many bills to spare? I mean, what about all the Marys over here that won't have anybody to like get married to if their bills are off in Turkey?
You can't see me, but I'm totally doing that look.
Kermit bitch face. Anyway,
totally doing a Kermit bitch face. No, I mean dollar bills. They're making it rain, but it's fake rain. In an organization that is headed up by a criminal who is known as the Spider or Spider-Man, depending on which part of the movie it is.
And he wears a Spider-Man's costume.
Ish.
Yeah, not quite.
It's close if you ran by a dark room and squinted.
No, it actually looks like Spider-Man's costume from about the chest up.
Except that it's the wrong color.
Yeah, it is. Well,
and you can see his eyes.
Yeah, okay.
And his eyebrows.
Okay.
Which are so prominent they poke out of the mask, which is...
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Anyway.
Yeah. And the beginning of the film is Spider-Man and his thugs killing a woman via a boat propeller. Now, by that, I don't mean they're throwing her overboard from a boat and she's being chopped up in the water for chum. No. They've buried this woman up to her neck in the sand and they're backing up a boat to have the propeller do its work. Thank you, movie.
That's sadistic.
This gives you an idea of what we're going to be dealing with. Oh, good grief, strap yourself in. So, because of this whole counterfeiting, and all the other illegalities that are going on, the Turkish government has reached out to Captain America.
Da-da-da-da!
Okay. Because apparently Turkey has no superheroes of their own. And El Santo, the Mexican wrestler El Santo. The Mexican...
I don't know what to do for a Mexican so...
So don't.
I was trying to do culturally appropriate music, sorry.
Well, that's okay.
All right.
The Mexican wrestler El Santo, who I would like to bring up in real life, never took his mask off in public except one time on a talk show right before he died, and was actually buried in his iconic silver mask. Mm-hmm. First time we see El Santo in this film... Not El Santo, A.
And no mask.
And B, no mask. And Kim was already grinding her teeth really, really hard.
Kim was the one that wanted to watch this when we did bad superhero films on Masochistic March in 2018.
Yeah. Well, because I'd heard of this film, and I'd heard how terrible it was,
and they were right, yeah.
And I, in my innocence, uttered that one phrase that nobody should ever utter in the history of ever. How bad could it be?
No, it was actually 2017, 2018 we did Star Wars Ripoffs. Yeah. Anyway. Don't forget, Captain America's girlfriend is with them, too.
Yeah.
Julia.
I actually said, how bad could it be? I'm pretty sure General Custer said that before the Battle of Little Bighorn. So anyway, moving forward. So we have Steve Rogers... Captain America. Oh, no, wait, we actually don't. We just have Captain America.
They never mention his real name,
nope.
Even when he's not in costume.
Nope. And he's not in costume a lot. And when he is in costume,
he's still not Captain America.
When he's in costume, the costume he is in sucks worse than Christopher Lee in a Dracula movie marathon. And he has no shield. There's a scene where Captain America's fighting the Spider's goon, and I'm going, shield? Now he's going to take the shield out. Somebody brought the shield, right? He doesn't have a shield. I have to go in the bathroom and cry now.
Yeah, Red Brown had one. It was a
stupid shield, but it was
a plexiglass one, but yeah.
It was a effing stupid shield, but it was an effing shield. Never mind that this guy looks about as much like Captain America as I do.
You don't look anything like Captain America.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Dawn breaks over Marblehead. So Captain America's girlfriend, Peggy... Nope, she's actually not Peggy in this. She's Julia.
Julia. She's Julia.
And apparently every woman in the movie is called Julia, because there's at least 12 of them that answer to the name Julia. I'm like, you know what?
They did. They changed Julius like 3 or 4 times.
I'm like, you know what?
What the hell?
Whoever dubbed this movie, there are actually other names that Americans go by other than Julia. Maybe you like that name, but we do have other names out there. Stacy, Brenda, Barbara, whatever. Fanny. That you probably couldn't use that in Turkey. They'd probably find that offensive.
Could be. I don't know.
Although they did have a strip club in this movie, which completely, okay. When I say strip club, I don't mean strip down to nothing strip, but she was pretty close. I mean, she went.
It was
down
actually more closer to like a Crazy Horse type place.
Yeah, but they go topless.
No, they don't. Not completely. Not always.
Well, not always, but I mean, this woman did have her top on, but it was like, they go in for that kind of thing in Turkey? Okay. Mm-hmm. So most of the film is Santo and Captain America, both played by Turkish actors, which is fine. It's a Turkish film. I get it. You couldn't find one guy in Turkey with blonde hair? One? There wasn't one guy in Turkey with blonde hair who looked a little like Steve Rogers? But,
it's interesting that twice on the big screen they have used non-blondes for Captain America. Mm-hmm. Way back in the Republic serial, I've forgotten who. It wasn't even Steve Rogers. He was some crusading.
He was a district attorney or something.
And then Matt Salinger's Captain America wasn't completely blonde. They tried to lighten it, but it wasn't blonde like Reb Brown or Chris Evans were. So, yeah.
And I would also like to bring up that El Santo is played by a Turkish actor. El Santo, the Mexican wrestler. My head really hurts right now. So we have several battles between El Santo and Captain America and the bad guys, goons.
Biff, bop, slam, boom.
They're not quite that bad.
Yeah, they are. They're Batman fights. We said that when we were watching it. They're like watching the fights in Batman without the cool video sound effects.
Oh, no, we did add those. That's right. We were going,
were.
Biff, bah, pow, scorch, and things
They were hilarious.
We had to, because by this point I was pretty sure that one of us was going to have an aneurysm, and I was pretty sure it was going to be me. The end, and of course, we won't talk about the end of the film because of the shocking conclusion. We want you to wait till the end to see the final battle between Captain America and Spider-Man that isn't part of Civil War. Oh man.
No, this Spider-Man is a lot more creepier than Tom Holland.
So much more creepy. This Spider-Man's actually creepier than Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man 3, and I didn't think that was going to be possible.
Well, at least this one doesn't dance. Ooh. Anyway.
No, but he does get it on. He does, and he does manage to kill a couple in the shower using a weapon that I'm sitting there going, that's not gonna work, and I'm sorry, I watch way too much crime fiction and read too much mysteries for my own good.
Yeah.
Because I'm sitting there going, well, that would have had to pass through this and this and that and the other thing, and he's looking at me like, you've studied this, and I'm like, I plead the fifth. Why don't you give the cast list?
No.
Well, why don't you... Oh, fine. I'll give
Santo, Captain America, Spider-Man, and a bunch of supporting players.
Oh, come on. You're not even going to try?
Honey, I don't want to disrupt... I don't want to offend these people by completely mispronouncing their names.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay?
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah. Well, to all the actors in this film, you tried.
Yeah, you did the best you could, and it was a huge hit in Turkey.
Yes, it was.
So, you know...
There is actually even a statue of El Santo in Turkey. I don't entirely know why, but...
Outside of a movie theater. They probably had shown the Santo movies.
They did. They showed the Santo films in Turkey, and they were wildly popular. Which makes me wonder what it was like whenever anybody from Turkey went to visit Mexico. They must have had a really interesting idea of what Mexico was like. This is a mess.
Although it's so... I mean, so outrageous that it's one...
And they play it seriously.
It's painful, but B, it's a good painful, A and B, sorry. And C, it is in places hysterically funny. And unintentionally so.
I
was sitting there on the floor 2 or 3 times when we were watching
I will guarantee this is one of the few, if not the only, movie you will ever see Death by Guinea Pig. And I will not go any further because you should have to go watch this yourself.
Yeah, so how do we categorize this one?
Oh boy, yes, we have to put it in a category here for captive audience theater. That's what we do on this show. I'm gonna put this in blank exploitation. This goes in blank exploitation for hero exploitation, name brand exploitation, and what the F are you doing exploitation. I don't know what else to call it. This movie is a complete acid trip. And there's really not much else you can say.
No.
Other than, wow.
It is worth the time to seek out. It is on YouTube. You can find it easily there. It's not the best print, but it's definitely watchable.
Oh, trust me, this thing could be in crystal clear print, and it would not make the movie one iota better.
No. In fact, it might make it worse. I mean, this is the kind of movie that Turkey turns out, and turned out throughout most of the 70s and 80s. They did a Star Wars type thing. They did a Superman. No, it's India that did Superman. Mm-hmm. They did a number of other movies like this where they just blatantly use the characters without permission.
Because apparently, lawyers weren't. They just kind of. I guess apparently.
Well, let's face it. The intellectual property, IP business that has become so prevalent in today's society was around at the time, but it really took off around the time David Letterman left for CBS from NBC, and NBC tried to prevent him from taking everything by claiming intellectual property. Yeah. That's when all the IP lawyers suddenly went, our time has come. And ever since then it has.
Not only that, just the simple fact that, most of the characters in this film are copyrighted to other people.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody was going to go over to Turkey and be like, hey, we want our money, because that probably wouldn't have been a good idea back in the 70s.
Would have been interesting to find out what Stan thought of this film. I don't think he ever said.
I don't think he ever said
But considering he put together that Japanese Spider-Man
considering he loved Spider-Man...
I don't know.
We love you, Stan, but sometimes...
He also put together the Backstreet Project with the Backstreet Boys, which was just so bad. It was fun, but
I don't know.
Bad.
I can't see Stan...
Thankfully, it never got to the cartoon stage.
I can't see Stan liking this because they made Spider-Man the bad guy and a perv in this movie.
Yeah.
And also, I don't think he'd be very crazy about their version of Captain America. Because,
although he didn't create Captain America, he was the editor during his revival heyday in the early 60s. So.
And I don't think asking anybody from Mexico what they would think of this version of El Santo is a very good idea.
No, I don't
especially Mexican wrestling fans, because they're very passionate about what they love, which is great.
They are.
But I think you'd probably make them exceedingly upset. And goodness knows there's enough people that are upset in the world, and we don't want to add to that.
Yeah, we don't want to add to that. By the way, speaking of that, we hope you've been taking all this in the fun that it's intended.
Yeah.
We've been doing these since May. April or May, and we're going to continue doing them throughout the summer.
Pretty much once we figured out, we're not going to be leaving the house anytime soon.
We're not going to be doing movies. We could be watching all the new movies premiering on demand and stuff, but let's face it, I don't really want to spend the money on them, and the only one that I could see for free is the thing about Eurovision with Will Ferrell that I really don't want to watch because I'm going to punch somebody.
I'd rather have
Although it's getting good reviews from people who are not Eurovision fans.
I realize that, but I'd rather have my hands slammed in a car door than watch that movie, to be honest with you. I would rather watch Batman and Robin again than watch that movie.
Well,
so that pretty much gives you an idea.
It's just a Will Ferrell movie, and I don't like those. Typically, but I like it even less that he's making fun of Eurovision in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we hope that you'll continue to listen and let people know we're here, and we hope you'll give us some suggestions at subjectcinema@PNRNetworks.com. We're always willing to listen and get your suggestions, your comments, your queries, and don't forget to, if you have the time, we know things are kind of crazy right now, but $5 a month could really help out if you join our patron circle. It's a cost of one latte or maybe 2 regular cups of coffee or a big soda. Just $5 a month is all it is. Go over and join over there, and it will help us defray costs. We are kind of having an irregular schedule right now because of the redo in the studio.
Yep.
And it's hopefully become moot at this point, and we're back to regular stuff. But I'm still trying to get everything finished and everything set up. So hopefully we'll continue with this as the weeks and months go on. There'll be 3 and 4 a week as there have been. We know we were lax there for a few weeks. We also hope you'll continue to watch for us online. Kim is at Platinum Roselle at Twitter.
Yep.
And I am at eCinema1 for movie stuff, eCinema Boston for Boston-oriented stuff, and TKR Online for music stuff. I've been doing a lot of stuff on my TKR website at thekirkhamreport.com with music and stuff.
Yeah.
Gearing back up to go full-time with that before too long, just because I have the knowledge and the ability to do it. And there's no movies out there.
He's got a terrific article up about disco, disco songs that were done in the disco era. And those of you who are going, "What's that?" Ask your parents.
Actually, it's cover songs of old songs that were redone in the disco style.
Yeah.
Some of them were hits, some of them were not, and
a lot of them were really painful.
You can check it out at thekirkhamreport.com along with the other stuff I've got up there. Kim also has Ring Around the Rosie every Thursday with wrestling insights, observations, crazy stuff at ringaroundtherosie.net.
Yep.
And Tuesday Digidex is up every Tuesday on our Tuesday Digidex 3-Minute Weekend feed. 3-Minute Weekend is on hiatus, of course, until the theaters open again. There's nothing coming out, so...
And we have other shows out there that you can go back and listen to if you want to get an eye. If this is your introduction to us, you can go back and listen to some of our other shows that we do. Subject Cinema,
which is all right on this feed.
Front Row 5 and 10.
And Front Row 5 and 10, which is on this feed.
I have a supernatural podcast called Platinum Rose's Garden. You can go back and listen to earlier episodes of that. I also have a YouTube channel called Platinum Rose's Roleplay, which is some roleplay stuff, videos that I've written myself, and the video part, that's all TC.
And we will also be talking about music and books and stuff in a new podcast called Planet Bibliomusica, which will be available on the Kirkham Report website sometime in the next few weeks.
Yep.
Just going to be a monthly podcast at this point where we're just talking about favorite music, favorite artists, favorite books and authors, stuff like that. All a part of our new realigned Planet Bibliomusica, which has been brought into the Kirkham Report. It was a separate blog originally.
And we also hope that you will check out other members of our little island of misfit toys, and that would include Cave Babble with our buddies Eric and Valerie, who are really super awesome people, and all of the fun things that they do on their shows, movies, games, Cave Babble Eats Odd Things, and all kinds of other fun stuff over there.
And Anthony Lamberti is not currently podcasting right now. He's taking some time off, but he is still around, still listening, and hopefully he'll come back to it eventually.
Yeah.
He has agreed to write for the Kirkham Report, so that'll be fun and getting his perspective on music. And I hope that you guys will check all that out at ecinema1.com, eCinemaBoston.com, thekirkhamreport.com, and search Platinum Rose Roleplay on YouTube.
Yep. I think that's going to do it, yeah.
Alrighty. Until next time, when we have more terrible movies for you on Captive Audience Theater, I'm T.C. Kirkham.
I'm Kim Brown.
May your popcorn always be buttered.
And may your roses always be in bloom.
TTFN.
Bye now.
You've been listening to Subject Cinema Presents Captive Audience Theater with Kim Brown and T.C. Kirkham. Produced by PNRNetworks, Boston, Massachusetts.
"15 years, blowing the doors off the competition, podcasting to planet Earth.
PNRNetworks.